This is Tim Moes, and armed only with a copy of OBS and a built-in laptop microphone. This is another video from the Nomad Funnelhacker. We're back here working with System.io on this series about the basics of web page design and funnel building. And we've only got this test funnel that we've set up, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And we are going to go to Edit Page. And we're looking at the same template that we used in the other video, and we have not really done any changes to this because we're just picking out a simple template and working with it to demonstrate things. In the last video, I did give an overview of the video. We're going to drill down a little deeper now, but it's still going to be very basic information because what you need to do is understand how the sections, rows, and elements work together. They work mostly the same as they would in ClickFunnels or Go High Level, which is the nice thing, is there's not too much adjustment between System.io, ClickFunnels, or Go High Level as far as the structure of the editor. Now, it's a different matter as far as where they put all the individual and particular bells and whistles, but that's going to be like any software. So to start off with, all our section, rows, elements exist on top of the cabinets, which is just the total page area. It's what lies sort of underneath everything. And we get to the cabinets by going to the settings. And that's where we make changes to the cabinets. And so, for example, we could put a background color on the cabinets, but that background color might or might not come up on the section unless we have the section background set to transparent. So these things work in levels. And that can be a little tricky getting used to at first. And even for experienced funnel builders, it can sometimes be a little bit of a hassle figuring out what's transparent and what's not. We're going to go back to our section. Our section is always in green. And it's got a green outline, as you can see here. Now this section is actually quite large because this is the next section down here. So this whole wide area is one section. And it's not uncommon for sections to go on for a while if you don't need to put in another section or there's not a logical reason to do so. So once we select our section, we'll have this little thing up here that says section. And there's different things we can do with the section. I think what we need to do here, though, first of all, is make it clear what we're talking about. Now, one of the other things, and I talked about this in the last video as well, is the background. And I don't like the way they've labeled the background. And the way they word things on the background can be a little tricky here. Now we've got background color. We're going to choose that. And we're going to make the background color, I don't know, let's go for green like that. That'll be fun. All right. See, and once we do that, is what I don't like is they've got a setting for a background color, then a setting for an inner background color. So let's choose this for that. And you see what happened is once we choose that inner background color, it fills in this middle part with a different color, unless you choose the same color. Then your background color is the whole image. I guess that's the blade to produce a border, but I don't like the way they named it. But we'll turn that off and just use one solid background color. And the reason I wanted to change the color is because underneath that is the cabinets, which will be white. So first of all, we have a margin control for the section. And you see right now our margin is the same on all sides. Now if we click on here, we can change the margin either top, right, bottom, or left individually. And so you see if we add margin to the top, it pushes it down. If we add margin to the right, it moves it in from the right side. We add margin to the left, it moves it in from the left side, and so on. And then to get back, you just click your square, and that's going to place everything back to being equal on all sides. And just like margin, we have padding. And you see it already comes with some padding here. It is top, we have 16, 0 on the right and left, and bottom is 80. And typically with your bottom of each section, you're going to add 60 to 80 padding just to give us a space between whatever's at the bottom here, like your text or your buttons, and the next section. Now again, if we want to get rid of all the padding in one shot, we could just click that square right there, and it's just going to make everything 0. Now we've already looked at the background as well. You can upload a background image instead of a color. And that's going to be fine. Now I showed on the last video how to set a background image on the canvas and then use the color on the section to do a whiteout or blackout effect. And so you can't do the same thing if the picture is on the section, because there's no way of doing that. And that's sort of typical of most funnel builders. ClickFunnels does have that ability, but that ability did not come around until they released ClickFunnels 2.0. Go high level, I'm not sure about. I had used Go High Level in the past, but I basically just got a trial of Go High Level and tried it out just to familiarize myself with it. And so I didn't play it for long enough to really dig in, let's accept the major kind of things to determine, yes, I can build a funnel with this. Anyway, we also have size and position. So our content width can be full page, wide, medium, small. If we change that, it's going to change how it displays in the browser. You do have the desktop and mobile icon down here, so you can click on the mobile icon and see what your section is going to look like. You got a slider here, and so you can slide down and see what the whole page is going to look like on a phone or tablet or other mobile device. So that's it on looking at the section controls. And we'll probably do another video on the row controls and the element controls. Rows do work a little differently in System.io than they do in ClickFunnels to Go High Level. And then we will have videos on the elements section, which contains all your different things like your text, your images, and so forth. And that may take a couple of videos to do because there's a fair number of elements. So that's going to be the plan going forward. And don't forget that the reason we are using the System.io rather than another funnel builder is so that everybody can be using the same free software that I'm using. I am actually a certified ClickFunnels funnel builder, and that is my main funnel building software. But I wanted to make a series of videos about the basics of page design and funnel building that would be accessible to everyone regardless of budget. So my name is Tim Willis. I'm a certified ClickFunnels funnel builder. I make tutorial and demonstration videos on ClickFunnels and System.io, web page design, marketing research, and the tools we use for all the above. That's the video for now. I'll talk to you later.